Alright guys, what is up? It's Mark aka BrawlerMark. Welcome back. If you guys have been paying attention to Paladins, then you would know that yesterday they came out with, I think it was actually Thursday possibly, they came out with a new map. I think it's called Frozen Guard, and I just wanted to do a quick discussion video. Tell me what you guys think about it down below. But honestly, I think it's a good move for the game. The way that it previously was, for competitive Siege, there was only one map. I don't even know what the map is called, to be honest, because as far as I was concerned, it was Siege mode, then Summons mode, then Deathmatch, and then King mode or whatever. I just wanted to talk about the new map and why I think it's a good idea.
Begin to show.
The way that the original map was, it was very focused on flanks being the most important aspect of the team. Front lines and support characters, they did matter. I'm not going to say they didn't, because their purpose was pretty much to hold down the point, and then it would pretty much be up to flanks to take out the enemy team, either by flanking, obviously, which would probably be like a Mave or a Skye. Sometimes the Eevee to just stop your opponents from being able to escape, and then Droxus also. And then now, like with this new map, so it would pretty much come down to a team fight happens. Whoever can possibly outflank the next team would most likely win the team fight. Like, let's say for me, for instance, the way I play, I mostly use Skye when I'm playing competitively, and I'll use like Maldamba sometimes, and sometimes Tyra. Not so much Tyra, because damage characters are super hard to use if you're just pushing alone, but and you don't have like great teammates. But either way, if I use Skye, I'll jump in, I'll use my first ability, I'll turn invisible, I'll run behind the enemy team, I'll possibly take out usually probably the healer or another like another flank of another team. Like if they have a Lex or something and I saw he already used his dash, I know he has no escapes, so I'll probably hit him like twice. You don't even kill, you probably get like 2 hits in, and then you just smoke screen and get out of there. And from that's one person down their team, then you just target and focus someone else. My next target will usually be someone who's weakened already, and you hit them, you probably hit your reload and get back your attacks, and then you just start poking at like their tank or something, and after that pretty much it just landslides until their whole team is dead. And that's pretty much rinse and repeat for how that map would play. Even if I used Maeve, it would be kind of the same way. You'd kind of poke at their characters, use her first ability, stop someone from being able to run away, and then you just poke until you've pretty much taken out everyone one by one. Unless you have your ultimate, then you just like get like triple kills and stuff. But outside of that, that's pretty much how that map played. Flank characters were just super important. This new map, I do like it, but it doesn't really focus that heavily on flanks. Flanks, it does take a lot more to be able to get behind your opponents now with flank characters. And they also don't really, I guess they don't really benefit as much from their mobility, because there isn't really much, like you can't run around people as easily in that map. There's a lot of like areas that's just like a box like this, a box like this, where you're just trapped in these straight line corners, and your mobility doesn't really matter because you're not going to be able to dodge as well as you used to be. Like even Cassie, like her dodge roll, where is she gonna dodge roll to? Like if there's a square like this, right, and you're getting shot, you're right here, if you dodge roll this way, you're still in the line of getting shot from whoever was on this side attacking you. So it is very good in that aspect. I feel like from what I've seen so far, I've played a few matches, and it seems like the teams that work better are when you have a good front line and a decent healer, and then you have more damage characters like Bomb King and things like that to kind of stand behind your tank who's like tanking for you, probably like a Fernando or something, where he could drop a decent shield or Ashe or anything like that, and then you could stand behind it and just like be able to hit from a distance. So for that's what I'm noticing more for this map, and I do like it. I feel like it is good. And I feel a lot of people are saying it. They should add to where you're on your character select screen, it tells you what map you're gonna get, and I think it will focus to make the game a lot more competitive, and I do like that aspect about it. I do want the game to be a lot more competitive, and I do see in the future, if they could even get it up to like 5-6 maps, how like really good it would be for the competitive aspect of the game. Pretty much, if you have it so where there's like 5 maps, and like this map flanks are more dominant, this map, I don't know, it's good to have more damage characters. This map, it's good to run possibly 2 supports to keep your team healed at all times. I think it could be really good for the game. It could really help the competitive aspect, because now you'll have to pretty much know, like, I can't just, like, I'm gonna be honest, the way that I made it to Master League, I did use Maldama a few times, like if my team would just not choose a healer at all, and I'm like, I guess I'll be healer, that's who I would use. And I used Fernando quite a few times if no one will choose a front line, but I don't like playing those positions. I like playing flank, because I felt that map was very flank dominant, and I didn't like relying on the fact that maybe 3 people on my team chose flank and they're not that good, and I didn't want to rely on them taking the chance of them not being good when I felt that was the most important position. So for the majority of my matches, it was me using Skye. I used Maeve a few times, and I just pushed straight to Masters League with, and I would say it was pretty easy. Like, I didn't have any struggles really. I think Diamond League is the league before Master, and in Diamond League I just literally used Skye, and what my win ratio was, I would say even like above 80%, and it wasn't really a struggle at all. So I think it will be really good competitive wise for there to be multiple maps, because it will add to the aspect of you having to be skilled with more than one character. Because in reality, if I use Skye every single match, I could have possibly still been a Masters right now. Like, there isn't really anything right now stopping you from being good with one character and being able to push to whatever rank you want to be. And I think that the new maps, it will change that up a bit. I still can use Skye on this new map, but like, let's say let's say even Cassie, how I was saying, let's say I made Cassie, right? I don't know if she's as viable. She is, I would say, but let's say for instance a new map came out, she probably won't be as viable on that map as she was on the Frozen Guard or on that last map, the first map. And I think that that's good. Like, that's a good thing for the game, that you have these different things that switch up and make it good for other characters. And that's why, like, I didn't know that they would do this with more maps, and that's why I would always say to like my friends and stuff that I wish summons mode was also competitive, because I felt like it would be cool that way. Because like characters that are late game characters, I feel are more dominant in summons mode, because you could get to your max level a lot easier in summons mode than you can in competitive siege. Because in competitive siege you die so often, and it's always down to a team fight. But in summons mode, it's not always team fights. You're splitting up, you're going to different points. So your best fight that you'll have to deal with is probably a 1v2 or a 2v3, but it won't really come down to 5v5. And characters that aren't that great early game, like Tyra, who I use a lot, she could dominate in that mode, because you get your ultimate, she gets increased movement speed, she's running around like the entire map just taking out people. And so I thought it would be good for summons mode to have a ranking system. But now that I'm seeing how they made this new maps thing, I do like that idea instead. I do think that's a better idea, that you could have these multiple maps and they change how you have to play. Like and the other thing I'll say I noticed about this new map, when you actually push the payload to their spawn point, it becomes almost impossible to move it past that point, because it's like they're respawning so fast, and unless you are literally like dominating that team, you're not gonna like be able to even really push past that point unless you guys are like grinding it. Because the way that it is, if anyone on your team dies, it takes so long to get back there, and when their team dies they spawn back immediately, but that little area is just so small, so there isn't much dodging and like weaving and stuff you can do. So when attacks are coming in, they're just hitting you and hammering you, and I think it's like really hard. So I don't know if they're gonna probably do some adjustments to that, but what I've noticed so far, even on the opponent's team, when you get the payload to the spawn, it's like almost impossible to win the game. And I have won games doing it, but it's like, I think there's even a game I played yesterday where it was in overtime for like a minute and a half probably, because we were just literally there, just one or two people dies, and then we have to wait for them to spawn back, and we're just like defending, trying to push it, but it was just so impossible because they were spawning back too fast. But yeah, tell me what you guys think down below. What do you guys think of this new map? What do you guys think about possible future new maps? Do you guys like it? I do know that a lot of people are complaining about the fact that you can't see which map you're gonna get, and I do agree that they should add it in, and I think it's gonna be an easy add-in because it's just gonna be a few extra words on the screen on character select that says Frozen Guard or whatever map. But yeah, tell me what you guys think down below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. If you guys enjoyed that video, make sure you thumbs up, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Don't forget to leave some comments below if you guys want to discuss anything. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.